Hello, Cancer, and welcome to this reading. If you do not know who I am or you're new here, my name is Tree Cat, and I do monthly zodiac reads for the upcoming month. If you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then you are in the right place. I am a big believer in utilizing all of your big three in order to get a wider picture of what your forecast is going to look like. Prioritizing the rising sign first, then the moon sign and the sun sign. So I highly encourage you to go ahead and click on whatever your big three is. If you're not sure, astrotheme.com produces really inclusive full natal charts for free, right? So that being said, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. I have Ain't No Other Man by Christina Aguilera stuck in my head right now. I'm also wanting to speak in a slower register with you. So I don't know if you're someone who just speaks very slowly, you speak very calmly. So the two cards we have here for you, we have Bright Future. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. I'm pretty sure that is Bridget. Bridget actually appears quite a bit in this particular oracle deck. And then this here is Forgiveness, Compassion, and Kindness, card number 12. So one of the things that's sticking out to me about both of these cards is they are occurring during nighttime. So you could very well be going through something difficult right now, and you're just kind of hoping that it will fade away with the winter months. That's something I'm getting. Bridget is typically celebrated most commonly around January 31st to February 4th, roughly, depending on exactly how you celebrate, if you celebrate. So the beginning of February could bring something here. I think it's very significant that she is popping up for a reading about the month that she is celebrated in. I think that's a sign that she's trying to reach out to you. What else do we have here? I feel like, and I said this with the previous pile, but I feel like a need for self-forgiveness is very high here. I feel like self-forgiveness is what is ultimately standing between you and your future becoming brighter. But let's see what our scenario card has to say. Ooh, I am such a fucking badass. Blank could make me sparkle even more. We like that. We like that level of confidence, self-love, really talking ourselves up. Brave by Freedom Fry is playing next to me. I don't have any of the music turned up. I get copyright infringed anytime I do that, so maybe that's a song that you want to look into at this time. Chanting, praying, or repeating positive affirmations could make me sparkle even more. So yeah, that does call back to the idea of self-forgiveness. Maybe you on a conscious level know that you are deserving of good things, but maybe you're having a hard time ingraining that into your subconscious. That's a very common issue. Brave by Freedom Fry, I think, is a song you definitely need to listen to. It's very big on the idea of I'm going to find a way, I'm going to shoot my shot, I'm not gonna drown. Like, it's a very positive affirmation-esque song. And it does deserve a listen. It definitely deserves a listen. So let's see what else we have here for you, oracle card wise. I feel I'm getting a feeling of being mildly drained too. Like you're kind of in a place where you're very tired, but you know you need to keep going. We also have card number 27 here, letter. So there could be a message from somebody that is going to be helpful to you at this time. Letter also resonates with the story Red Riding Hood. And when you look at the story, especially from a child's point of view, like it's such a gritty story. And when that story was originally being told as a folk tale, the wolf was a metaphor for a predatory man, and Little Red Riding Hood was a metaphor for a woman who was very okay. In modern times, this is a child. In modern times, it's totally a fucking child. But when they were telling these folk tales, their concept of marrying age was very different from what it is today. But it was a female who was recently menstruating. That was the significance with the Red Riding Hood. So she's a female who has recently blossomed into menstruating and all the other things that tend to come with that starting, including hormones and physical changes, right? I don't know why I'm going into this in particular, to be honest with you. Um, I feel like I want to tell you to be cautionary of somebody. That's what I feel like I want to tell you. I feel like I want to tell you to be cautionary of someone who is who has a predatory vibe or predatory behavior towards you or someone you know. This isn't going to apply to everyone. I feel like it's going to resonate to you if it's a message for you. Okay, but I do want to tell you to be cautionary. I feel like I want to tell you to like not be sharing that side of you with every single person who is interested in it. Not everyone deserves to be part of you in that fashion, if that makes sense. And you don't have to be a woman or feminine identifying for this to resonate. You could be a man, and I'm telling you the same damn thing. Not every single person who's interested in you in that way is deserving of you in that way. You could be gender neutral. It still applies. So let's go ahead and move on to the tarot and see what we have there. Maybe your forgiveness has to do with like maybe not someone who is in your present life who used that kind of energy against you, but maybe someone from your past in your healing. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like I want to take that. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Two of Cups. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, it does point to you needing to reflect on something from the past which did not work. Okay. Things in which you put your best foot forward and it simply did not work out. The Ten of Earth talks about happy family, financial security, happy domestic life, which you being a Cancer placement, that is like your bread and butter. There is no greater heaven to you than a happy home life, right? I feel like with the message over here regarding the wolf and Red Riding Hood and forgiveness, and then the Two of Cups over here, we'll get to that in a second. But I feel like what didn't go well for you in the past, where you did everything right or to the best of your ability, you planned things out, you did everything you could, it has to do with another person. I feel like this is about whoever this was, okay? And what Spirit wants you to know is that you can do everything right and still not get the right results, especially when you're dealing with other people. You can't control other people's actions. You can't control other people's actions. You can't truly inspire anybody to change. And you can't inspire people to give you the love that you are innately deserving of. They either recognize it or they do not. They either want to give it to you or they do not. And that is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of them, it's a reflection of their values, and it's a reflection of how secure they are within themselves. Because a person who is unwilling to care for and respect another person, someone who's unwilling or incapable of doing that, it's a really large reflection of their capacity for giving and receiving love. It has nothing to do with you. I'm imagining like the ocean trying to fill itself into a goblet, and a goblet can only hold so much. And when that goblet inevitably falls over because it's being overfilled, because it can't hold that much, and it breaks, and there's shards of glass in the ocean is ultimately blaming itself for all this glass that's now inside of it. And are there things you can learn from that? Absolutely. Is this your fault? No. And I know it's a strange metaphor, but we can't take other people's actions personally, first of all, for better or worse. We cannot take other people's actions personally. People are going to do what they want to do, it has nothing to do with you. Second of all we can do when it comes to other people is we can do our best to come towards them with love, recognize when they are unwilling to meet us part way, and then decide from there are that we care about ourselves enough to not pour into someone who is not willing or capable of holding us. I feel like February is when you're going to be learning how to really love yourself above anybody else, and not in a super selfish way. Like, and honestly, like, I don't, the word selfish gets a really, really bad rap. And it's not like just because you're putting yourself first means that you don't think about people ever. It doesn't mean that you put people in a bad spot. It doesn't mean that you manipulate other people. It simply means that you recognize that at the end of the day, you go to sleep with you. And at the end of the day, only you know all of your needs. And at the end of the day, only you are capable of getting them met. Right? I feel like the Two of Cups over here, it's not that another person is coming in to be with you. I don't think that's what's going on. And further, I personally do not think that's what you need if you are healing from somebody who only took from you. I feel like with the Two of Cups over here, you're going to finally learn how to be the person who can fill your own cup. You're going to learn to be the person who meets your needs, be the person who loves you the way you are meant to be loved and the way that you deserve to be loved. And the way you're going to get here is by creating this for yourself, creating domestic bliss for yourself, keeping your home in a way that makes you happy, whether that be you clean a F ton, a fuck ton, or you don't mind it being a little messy. It doesn't matter. It's your home. Cooking food that you enjoy because someone else's taste doesn't matter. It's your home. Decorating it in a way that brings you joy and bliss because it is your home. I know the Ten of Pentacles normally talks about a family, but I'm getting a feeling of a person who learns that they are their own home. And aren't you the crab anyway? You, Cancer, are the crab. You carry your home with you. You are safe within your own body and at home within your own spirit. And I see you in February learning to bridge the gap between whatever it is you are currently feeling towards being someone who has a much healthier mindset about themselves. And the more you change what's going on internally, the more it's going to reflect externally. The more that you decide that you deserve good things, the more good things are going to come to you, but you have to decide you are worth it. And affirmations, praying, chanting, those are great ways to get there. It's a slow and steady way to get there, but it will help you get there because, for example, I have an affirmation board and I'm pretty disciplined about writing it every single day. Um, I get some of my affirmations from like various reads that I either watch or do for myself. I get some of them from like an astrology app that talks about my horoscope for the day. I outsource them from various resources, right? And what I do is every single day I go to my whiteboard and I pick 3 to 4 colors and I look at my list of affirmations or all the places that I'm getting inspiration from that day. And I write myself new affirmations every single day. Do I repeat some of them? Yeah, absolutely. But by having to sit down and think about it and having to turn something that may not be an affirmation when I start with it, like maybe something in my horoscope, like there was something in my horoscope today that said, you can't always control life, but you can always choose joy. I turned that into, I choose joy always. That's one way that you can go about it, right? Especially if it's difficult to come up with those things yourself. Outsource affirmations, outsource inspiration. It's all right there for the taking, really. Um, but I do it every single day. And when I first did it, there's a really big difference between the affirmations that I wrote a year ago versus the ones I write now. The ones I wrote a year ago were very basic. They weren't super inspired, and a lot of the time I was writing stuff down word for word. Now, it's much more inspired, it's much more empowered, and it's because I was in a very different place at that time than I am now. In this practice of every single day for 5 to 10 minutes of having to contemplate and think about and write down something where you are speaking to yourself pleasantly and lovingly, it does slowly start to rewire your brain. And sometimes that's all you can do is take 5 to 10 minutes with an affirmation board. And that's okay. If that's all you can do, that's okay because it's better than not doing it at all. And sometimes, like if it feels really inauthentic to say, I love myself, you can instead say, I am open to loving myself. You can use a bridge statement. That's absolutely okay. So, rant over. We're now going to move on to the specific parts of your reading. So, the first one I have here is your love and relationships. I know I just said that you don't need another person, and this could be referring to friends, family. Okay, we have the King of Earth. I will note you have a lot of earth here, Cancer, and maybe you need some earthiness to help ground you down, to help you. There's no shame in feeling your emotions and feeling your feelings, but like not letting them drive every move you make. Wow, even more earth. Okay, so for love and relationships, we have the King of Earth coming out with the Ace of Earth. There are people that want to come in and be good to you. Okay. I feel like this is friends more than anything else. If you are still dealing with whoever this person is that this card is referring to, Spirit wants you to get them out of your life. And it's because they're taking up space that a better person could be filling. And again, that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be a romantic relationship that takes their place. Maybe it's going to be a very solid friendship that takes their place. It's not always partners who take care of us. My roommate and my best friend, both, actually two of my best friends, three of them, do a very good job of collectively doing quite a bit to help me feel taken care of, to help me build my life and get to a place to where I can slowly but surely become more independent. A little bit about me. Um, None of these people are romantically or sensually interested in me, and I am not romantically or sensually interested in them. However, they are my friends, and I love them, and they do so much to take care of me, more than any partner ever has. But I had to get rid of really crappy partners in order to have the space to bring these people into my life. Um, my ex was a very controlling person and a very jealous person. In order to maintain peace in our home, I basically never went out, never made friends, never let myself connect with other people. It was once I left that relationship that I had space and I felt like I was free to go ahead and start getting to know people and bring people into my life and bring them closer. It took a little while to get comfortable to do that because the isolation was so ingrained in me, but they ultimately, like, mentally, emotionally, and in physical ways take care of me and help me be supported so much better than he ever did. And I feel like someone here really needs to hear that. You can't gain more by holding on to less. Okay? So, yeah, I feel like there are some very generous and supportive and practical ways. People out there who Spirit wants to bring into your life, but you need to make space for them first. And you need to be in a place where you feel that you actually deserve the gifts that they have for you. Especially with the King of Earth there, I feel like one person here in particular is probably very abundant and they will be capable of sharing the abundance with you in order to help pull you out of whatever hole that you have dug into. So let's see what you have for career and finances. Okay. Interesting. So we have the Five of Earth and we have the King of Air. I'm losing my voice. Weird. We have a few kings out here. I'll say that. So, in terms of career and finances, I feel like with the Five of Earth here, you are going to, I'm not going to lie, you're going to face a little bit of financial struggle. Maybe letting go of this person is going to take away some financial stability that you have. And that could be part of the reason that you've held on to them for so long. I know that was certainly part of the reason for me was like, not that I didn't love my ex, I completely loved him. And I wasn't with him for financial reasons, but I was so sure that I could never make it on my own. And as it turned out, I didn't have to make it totally on my own. What I needed to do was learn how to lean on the right people. That could be very much the same for you as well. You need to learn how to lean on the right people, not leaning on someone who's going to use it to their advantage, manipulate you, make you feel guilty, this or the other. None of those things are love, that is control. And ultimately, it's also abuse. With the King of Air here, however, what that shows me is while you are going to, in the immediate, in the short term, have some kind of like financial loss, there are going to be resources that you can easily find. But you have to be able to go out and find them. You have to seek them. It could be communicating with people about what's going on with you. Like they might be able to give you some direct help. Um, the thing about the King of Air is he knows how to delegate. He knows how to delegate and he knows how to outsource people. He's very charismatic and he knows how to turn ideas into reality. And he does it largely through connections and communication. So, the financial loss that you're going to go through is going to be short term, but you have to be willing to open your mouth. And you have to be willing, not like that, Spirit Jesus. And you have to be willing to take advice from other people. That's the other thing here. It's not just communicating your needs and what you're going through, it's also being able to take in and use the wisdom people are giving you. Okay. So, for health and spirituality, your video's not even 30 minutes yet. We've just been going, going, going. For health and spirituality, Cancer, what we have for you is, yeah, we have the Tower. But you already knew that, didn't you? The Tower is crumbling. And we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So ultimately, God, those cards go together in such an eerie way. So with life experience or the Tower, that's card number 16, it's Aries energy. The thing about the Tower is it is crumbling whether we want it to or not. Seeing it come out with the Eight of Swords tells me that you think you have to go down with the Tower. You think you are trapped. You are, in fact, not trapped. But you need to take off the blindfold. You need to pick up the sword. You need to do something in order to save yourself. And I feel like the universe has been kind of like knocking on the door a little bit, trying to get you to save yourself, or whispering to you, or giving you messages from other people. And you're getting to a point where you can't hold it off any longer. Spirit will pull you out of the tower if you put them in a position to do so, but you aren't going to like it. It's going to be kicking and screaming. We are typically far better off pushing aside the door that we think is locked, going down the staircase, even though we can hear screaming and we can feel the rising fire. We are still better off taking the situation to our own hands. And for all you know, yeah, you might have to take the staircase all the way down. And it's a little bit terrifying, but you will get out just fine if you just allow yourself to do so. There is a lot here about changing your mindset. That is what's going to be key for you in the month of February, Cancer. And if I were to give you no other advice, it would simply be to focus on changing how you talk to yourself, how you think of yourself, and the things that you feel you deserve. You are showing up very much to be your own worst enemy. And the terrible thing is that you in no way deserve that. You deserve good things, but they will not come to you unless you believe you deserve good things. I know this isn't the happiest reading in the world, so definitely go to the other readings and see what else they have to say, what other information they have for you, because I guarantee you they don't all have this energy. I just feel like Spirit has been stressing something to you for a very long time, and they're stressing it to you again through this video. All right. So that's all I have for you, Cancer. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like you want to. I also do offer personal readings if you need more insight on your situation. And other than that, that's all I have for you. Have a great February, Cancer. Okay, you deserve good things and you are innately worthy. All right? Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.